movie?
I missed it.
Yeah. Oh, that's where I made my $1 million. But, oh, I have my movie station and I leave it on it. 24 hours movies, Mabel.
24 hours for what?
Movies. The same station plays 24. Mabel, Rita Hayworth.
I don't care. I saw them all. I can't stand to
Yeah,
look
but
at it.
you saw them when they were younger.
I can't stand to look at one I've seen
She
years
saw them
ago.
when she was a kid, when she was now they're 100 years old.
I know it, and you could see it. There's not the nice clear pictures that we get now.
She wasn't a movie buff like me.
No, I saw them all.
I went every Saturday.
We saw them all for 10 cents.
10 cents a movie when we were kids. And now how much is it? 5, 6 bucks?
They even had double features when we were young. You get two movies for a dime.
We'd stay all afternoon, keep watching the same movie. But Mabel, remember Gloria Swanson?
Oh, Fred, I remember her. They was Dad's favorite or a lady.
She was lovely.
Our father's favorite woman on TV. I mean, in the radio, not on TV.
Helen, I don't, Christine,
Gloria
I don't know
Swan.
if you saw the movie.
She was a great singer, you know. She used to sing in the opera.
The guy was alcoholic and he went crazy. He won the Academy Award. You would have sworn he was through the heebie-jeebies in his home and everything. And he had hidden the bottle and he was trying to get up in the attic to find where he hid the bottle. I says, oh my God, it must have been me.
What did
He
Peter
making
do?
a movie of my life.
What did Peter do with the little half? He left me half.
That's what I gave you this morning. That's what I gave you this morning, Mom.
Oh, that's what you gave me this morning. Mm-hmm. Oh, I thought you got it out of a big bottle. Oh. Oh, that's right. That was good too.
But yesterday when I got home, I said, what did I buy for $200?
Well, that's a lot of spending, you know. I don't know what you bought.
Well, I couldn't believe it. That's why I didn't have enough money when he came with the case of maple syrup. The case is still there.
But what did you buy? A lot of food or?
Yes, food, because I said Peter's going away. Maybe for 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, no, he said 1 week. No.
Mabel?
2 weeks, yeah.
Now he told me different things.
Oh.
Anyway, he can stay as long as he wants. And I said, because we can't depend on Helen. She goes down and she doesn't go she go only to the little fellas. So I said, I'm going to get everything I can with Peter. And Peter, he has lots of patience. He leaves me at the store and I buy what I want. And then when we get out, I said, Peter, let's go have a sandwich somewhere. So we went and had a sandwich. And we had good driving too. But Peter, what's wrong with Peter's? It's his water he's got to change?
No, the pipes.
The what?
The pipes. His pipes
in the
went
house.
wrong.
It
yes,
has to be in the house.
In the house. He took them all apart because they were finished.
Because yesterday he was ready to go to Florida. He was to Mexico or wherever. Oh, and I think you have to make reservations a few days ahead for the plane.
If you make reservations for who?
For the plane. Peter has to make reservations 2 or 3 days ahead.
Oh, well, I know. He has to phone in to get his... yeah.
But he was supposed to go. He must have canceled it. But he's better to fix his water if he got no water. And Dave will be coming up again.
Well, there's still loads of snow on the trails.
Mabel, it's still winter.
Hmm?
It's still winter. Freezing cold this morning when I went out.
I know.
So
Because we got a lot right here.
when is the lake going to go out? You don't know?
There's more up in the bush.
When will the lake go out?
Hmm?
When is the lake going to go out? You could put a...
You said the 10th, and I said the 5th.
There's this much ice.
Well, I don't care how much it is, but you said it would come out on the 10th of May.
10th.
And I said it'll go out around the 5th.
That's when it's regular winter. But this isn't regular.
Yeah.
You still
Well,
got
I
snow
know,
all
but
over.
sometimes when it decides to get warm and get through.
Well, I haven't felt it. Go outside. You'll see.
I just said you said the 10th and I said
Go
the 5th.
see how much snow in the woods.
Oh, I know, Freddie. You don't have to tell me I came up there.
Yeah.
It's awful. Look at it here.
Our lake at home, the latest it went out was about the 5th of May. I don't know here.
Oh, you don't. You see, I go by what I see out here in the front.
Well, it's all covered with the snow now. The snow got to melt
Yeah.
before the ice.
Well, it was early last year. It was early. But this year it's not an early year, but I say it's early May.
Early May?
Yeah. You said the 10th.
May is in 2 weeks.
Yeah, well, we'll see anyway. We'll see when we get a
What?
boat out.
But go out, you'll see there's no sun, there's no heat in the sun. Even the poor dog was shivering.
Hmm?
The poor dog was out and she was shivering.
On a nice day like this, I'd leave her out all the time.
No.
But she's in now.
Yeah, she got no fur, so she can't.
Oh, she gets so cold as oh, she's the worst hypocrite. She'll shove her because she wants to stay in and go sleep on the sofa.
Yeah,
I know that dog, you know. She's very smart.
Yeah, but she doesn't like the cold. I don't blame her.
Oh, well, she'll find it cold in July. She does that. She shivers. If there's a little breeze blowing.
We find it cold because we have no fur. If we had fur, we'd be warm.
You gotta be kidding if you said she has no fur.
No.
Mister, put your finger in
She
it.
didn't hear what I said.
Saying she has no fur.
I
She
said,
has lovely, tight fur.
no,
beautiful
I'm not
skin.
talking about her.
Oh, gosh, she had beautiful, when she was here, she had a most beautiful coat. No spots, no nothing on it. Oh, sure. It's nice and thick, too. About that thick.
Well, she's a dog. She's a dog for the
Of course, I know she's
warm
a
weather.
dog, but anyway.
Oh, remember when Mrs. Farlott had her little dog that had no hair on it?
Hey?
Mrs. Farlott came with a dog that had no hair. No fur.
I remember that.
She used to come home.
Yeah, they don't talk to me about the people that carry the thing in their arms all the time. That's not a dog for me.
Mabel, it was
I
a
like
hairless
the dog
dog.
to run out and look and see something.
Christine, what are those hairless
Oh, I couldn't
dogs?
stand it when she
They
had
have
the
no
dog.
fur. They're only about this big. They come from
Mexico?
Mexico. They're this big. And she had it in a muff. And
You see, she never had children, you know. She never had a child.
you know, lots of people.
Some women are like that. They can't have a child. They get attached to a dog.
Well, that's good.
Now, she had no children.
But not every woman gets dogs because she had no kids. Look at, you have no kids. You got dogs.
I have a kid.
Huh? She's a kid. She's got dogs.
I have a kid.
Huh?
I have a girl.
I mean your own birth.
Well, she is my own.
Yeah. I mean a birth one.
And grandchild, too.
What about Mrs. Oh, that's before you're born. I'll never forget it. The Dayons. The first time 5 children. 5 girls together. It was in the world. They said 5 kids, girls, was a miracle. Remember when Mrs. Dion had 5 girls?
Oh, yes, Freddie. Mrs. Dion had quintuplets. It had never been known that they all lived, and they did live until they got involved too much. They were two-minded, and they died one after the other.
Yeah.
There was only 2 left last year.
Yeah. Yeah, but they weren't healthy.
They didn't leave them with the family. They took them away from them, and because they were in an old farmhouse and all, and then the government built a beautiful little house for them, and the parents should have had more say, but I don't know what kind of house they had, you know.
When they were born, were we in Syracuse then?
What?
When the Dions were born, were we in Syracuse or up in the woods?
Oh, well, no, we were in Syracuse, Freddie. That's all we ever heard.
1935.
We were in Syracuse, and you know, it was. But I knew that they had not been left with the parents.
But Mabel, the parents were very poor. They wouldn't have had enough food for them.
Well, of course, and they couldn't mind them. So the government of Ontario took over, and they had nurses with them, and they had everything. Then they grow up, and then as you grow up, the only little pretty one was little Marie, the baby of the gang. She was only the little one this big. Oh, no, they were picked on, you know. The government was picked on for that. They said, you should have left them with the parents and helped them with money and a helper, and no, they were taking it. Many people picked on them for that.
Well, the ones that are alive, how old would they be now?
Hey?
If any of them are alive, how old would they be?
Well, you should remember when you were a little boy in Syracuse. I know we left Syracuse, I was 12, and we saw them. I forget who I was, I don't remember.
Weren't they born in 1935? 34.
About that.
And it was the first time in Canada 5 girls together.
Yes, but since then the people got aware of how money was coming in, and they injected them with this, they had up to 10 one day, which is ridiculous. The Board of Health picked on that, something terrible. They can make them get more babies. What do they call that? Birth injections.
Also, they wouldn't have any more kids?
Oh, they had 2 other ones after that. They had 2 babies. When I was there to make a visit, must have been with, well, they were grown up because I was with Brick. And we went to see where the kids grew up. They didn't grow up, they were about 10 years old. Oh boy, there were loads of multiple births all through the states. And then the Board of Health got after them, and the government got after them because they were selling a kind of drug that they can get multiple births. Well, they figured, boy, we'll make a fortune like the Dion's did.
And look at poor Arlene had so much trouble with having children. Arlene, our niece.
Oh, yeah, Arlene just had the 3.
She only had the one boy, and the poor boy died.
Oh, that's right. Arlene is one of the. Doreen had only 3, and the oldest one was Arlene, and Arlene had that boy that was. He never.
He wasn't healthy, the poor little thing.
But she minded him.
She told me when he was grown up, she still used to have to change his diapers.
Oh, well, yes, Fred. He never got older than 6 years old or 5 years old.
That was terrible. And then Eddie died. Eddie died, her husband died in Florida.
Yeah, well, we were there. I slept there one night or 2. Oh, she was nice. They were so good to me.
She was a good cook. Arlene was a good cook.
Wonderful cook, yeah.
But at Patty's funeral, I stayed with Arlene all the time.
Yeah.
And I said, Arlene, remember your grapefruit in your backyard in Florida? They were in the back.
She's down there.
I said, I used to steal them on you because you didn't eat them. She didn't eat grapefruit. And she said...
Neither did Patty and neither did
we used to
Patty and Woody. And we were giving them away to the lady next door and she got mad.
What about Muriel and Al? I never saw them eating.
No, Freddie, I know that.
We ate them.
We ate 2 a day.
The beautiful big things.
And there was something else we ate a lot of. What was that?
Coconut?
The coconuts, but I mean the other salad thing.
Yeah, the big round green. They were like a vegetable. Yeah, they were
that's
round.
Right. And delicious.
The man across the street had them.
That's right. That's the farmer.
And they didn't eat them, and we used to go get them.
We did.
Yeah, they were so good. And I think, Muriel and Al had an orange tree, I think, didn't they? Or, no, grapefruit. They had a grapefruit tree in the backyard.
Beautiful baker. There were so many of them.
Yes.
They could have given them away, but no, only us were giving them away, and they got mad. Muriel got mad.
Yes, because they used to fall out of the tree, and then we were no more good.
I remember, Freddie. Well, of course, I stayed a long time with her.
Didn't you? Weren't you the one that painted Muriel's house outside?
I did Muriel's house.
Painted outside.
Washed it, scrubbed it, because I didn't believe in painting over dirt. And that was off the airplanes would go by and left the black grease on it.
You had to watch it first.
We scrubbed it because I got tired of going down to the ocean. So I said, oh, we're going to work on the house. Repaired the, oh yeah.
And I remember Al, they had, with their sewage, I worked with them one day, a whole day, because they had trouble with the sewage for the toilet business. I remember that.
Yes, because
they were so
you
flat.
couldn't make them understand, like we do up in the bush, be careful what you put in the toilet. Because there was no reason for them to have a blocked toilet, you know.
Yeah, they always had trouble with the toilet business.
Oh, I know, Freddie, I was there.
Remember when Muriel used to say, "Daddy, do you want to take a little ride up the road?"
Oh, I know, Freddie.
That's
they
for their
all
bottle.
got their, but you know, he had been in the war, lost one eye and one ear, And so if he did have a bottle a day,
Yeah.
he was suffering, you know. All he had when he got back to the United States, all he had was a hole in his head.
Yeah.
There, like that.
But
And they put him in.
then he had a job.
They put it in the billet. Oh yes.
He worked. He
He was
worked.
very hard-headed.
He worked. He had a job.
He kept the park.
The golf course, Mabel. He
That's
worked
what I
in the
mean,
golf.
golf. I know it was all there.
And most of the time he had to work at night.
No, he couldn't. He said, I can't work inside, but I got that job on the
Yeah.
golf course. Boy, it was paying high, too.
And then Muriel worked at the school.
Hey?
Muriel worked at the school.
Oh, yeah, she always had a...
She always had a job.
Yeah. She worked at the school a long time.
But I was there the day they paid off their mortgage on their house. And Al gave it to Muriel. He said, Muriel, now the house is yours.
Mm-hmm.
They paid off the house. Very nice house, too.
Oh, I love that little house.
Oh.
Yeah.
And then I heard afterwards, after Muriel and Al were gone from there, they made a high-rise building where Muriel's house was. They pulled their house down to make a high-rise.
That house, when I was there, very nice man had it. And he told me, he said, I found everything in such good shape. I said, yeah, I used to work on it because I said I didn't want to go all the time on the ocean. I have to pay the bus to get there and the bus to come back. And I said, it got very lonely down there on the ocean. So I said, I'll work there, and I got a good tan, believe me. Oh no, the house was in lovely shape when I left it.
And I can't remember the name of the lady that used to come to see Al. She was from Maine.
Oh, yeah.
From down the street.
Oh, I know.
And she come to talk to Al.
Oh, yes.
She was from Maine.
Yeah.
And she had a son, I think.
One son, and he used to do gardening. He did their garden all the time
Yeah.
for a price, yeah.
But I remember when the leaves would fall, I'd rake them. At Muriel's, in the back, when the leaves would come down, I'd rake them.
Well, little Jack, some years later, built an avocado tree. He took an avocado and planted the avocado seeds.
Yeah.
It grew beautiful. And he also planted an orange tree, which Alan Muriel didn't have. And that too produced.
Poor Jack should have lived older, Mabel, but
Oh, he was very smart. But he thought, you know, the ground is good, and we should be using it. He grew some lovely flowers and...
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't he get married?
Yes, he never lived with a woman, you know. He wouldn't. He had to marry. He married twice.
Did he have a child?
Yes.
I wonder if he's still alive. Must be.
I don't know.
That's a long time ago.
Well, I never kept... It was Muriel that kept contact. I never did. Because, you know, he wasn't shy to ask you for money and I didn't have any.
And then Muriel moved to Lakeland when Patty bought the house there. Muriel moved to Lakeland. But she had a nice little place in Lakeland. It was nice.
Well, when they moved up with Patty and Woody, you were at their house.
Yeah.
And Arlene is there, next door, 2 doors away. Oh yeah, that they kept that because he was really in bad shape when Patty died. Oh, he told Peter. He said, "You know, I feel like I'm all in pieces." This the 2 days before she died, because we got home and she died then. They found a growth above her ear. Yeah, after I was there, and she was fine. And then she started bending her, like she had a headache. But then the headache got furious. It got so bad.
Then she moved.
And they found a tiny tumor just above her ear.
Then they moved to Syracuse.
Hey?
They left and came back to Syracuse.
Hey?
They came back to Syracuse from Florida. She had to fly back. Because she seemed healthy enough. Patty always seemed healthy.
I was at Al's funeral. They were, I forget where it was. I thought he had a feeling to go back to Syracuse. I remember the funeral very well, but I can't remember where.
I heard that he put her on an airplane to come back to see the doctors in Syracuse. Well, how many kids did Patty have?
Patty?
Yeah.
She had Colleen
Colleen,
and Diane
Diane,
and Carol and one boy, Steve.
Eileen.
Hmm?
Eileen.
Eileen. Well, she had the, what, 3 girls and the boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that I forget, you know.